It is 1:26 a.m. on Saturday, February 8th. I'm back to the late at night type of recordings because this is a way to guarantee I get a clear classroom, and it also makes it so that I don't have to be in my room for as much as I can because I don't really like to be. I don't like wearing AirPods all the time. That's like mostly the main factor, is that I really don't like wearing headphones all the time when I'm in my room because somebody else is in there and I don't want to feel rude about it. And also I just, like I've said, I stay up later than I want to. But tonight, because it's the weekend, I just went to a classroom. I got ahead on some work, and I guess that's kind of what I want to talk about, is that I feel like if I get work assigned to me, then I feel obligated, like myself, to do it the day that I got it assigned. If I wait, I feel terrible about it. And it also may be due to the fact that I usually just don't do a lot. Like, what I mean is that I have structured my day so that I have a lot of classes on most of my days, like a normal amount to a lot of classes. Then I have hockey practice and I work out almost every single day. And that doesn't leave me a huge amount of time to relax and then do work. But that also means that I've scheduled myself to have that relax and do work time because, like I said, I just don't have that much time. So I find that if I wait any longer than I need to, that either means that I'm kind of wasting the time that I've set aside for today to do that work, or I'm just going to pile it on, and I'm just going to make it so that the day before it's due, I'll have less time to relax and hang out with people because I have that homework, like that all that homework gets piled on, and that time slot that I've set aside for myself to do work is now more work. Like, I would love to talk about like why I don't like going out and partying that much. That's a whole other thing, but I don't particularly like doing that. I'd rather just hang out with people and not do all that stuff. But today is special because I'm driving tomorrow and I don't want to do anything at all. So, like I said, I came to a room and did some homework. I put on a good movie and started watching a show that I've watched a long time ago and just started rewatching it again. But like, this was fun for me. I don't know if people will think that doesn't sound good, but like, it kind of was. It may mostly be due to the fact where I mentioned it long ago when I said the importance of being alone, is that I've done all the things with people, and then now that I just kind of want to do stuff on my own. And I'm not saying that school and working out is doing things with people. I'm more saying that I don't have the time to be alone at school because of roommates, because of school in general and my obligation to myself to be working out and such. So I feel like I lose my ability to be alone. And so I find that usually late at night at this time is the perfect time for me to be alone. And on some days I need it, some of the weekends I need it, some of the weekends I don't need it. And it just happened to be that this weekend I really wanted to watch a movie and kind of hang out by myself. And it gives me the opportunity to do both at the same time, to relax, but also just like work on what I want to work. And I really understand that I am the weird one in this situation. Like, why on a Friday night, like Friday night, Saturday morning, technically, am I in a classroom watching Attack on Titan? That's the show, Attack on Titan, masterpiece. Watching Attack on Titan and doing language homework and algorithm homework. Like, who in their right mind would think that's a fun thing to do? But to me, Fridays are not a day where I can go out most of the time. Usually that's reserved to Saturday. And I get all the homework that I get assigned today for the weekend. So if I get all the homework, why should I push push it all to a different day when I have the time to do what I want to do right now. And I feel like it's not like I want to do work. Like, doing work is annoying, but I'm in a situation where I can just do work over the course of 4 hours and only do like a work that would take me an hour collectively if I was just like really paying attention. But it just kind of feels good now that I don't have to do that work later in the day on Saturday or Sunday, because now it just gives me more time to relax. Like, I have no homework other than reading. I may have math homework, but that email will come out, I think, later. Or maybe it won't come out at all this weekend. But that's all I have. And reading always is a Sunday thing, because you want to do it the day before the class so you don't forget the information over the weekend. And it feels kind of good to get everything done, knowing that now I don't have to stress about doing something and it's done. I feel like this also kind of applies to like my college application and my application that I've done recently. Like, college application, my sister, when she was doing her college application, she was a mess. She did not do the essay. She didn't like write it in time. Like, she didn't really figure out. She was like applying at the like strictest of deadlines. She decided to go to boarding school on the last day to decide to go to boarding school. She decided to go to college, which college she wanted to go to on the last day to decide which college she wanted to go to. And I could not do that. That would have stressed me out so much. So it was like, over the summer, I wrote my essay. Over the course of 2 weeks, got my essay done. My parents was up because it was like fall weekend or something like that at my boarding school. And we went over my essay, and I submitted it a week before the deadline that I needed to submit it by. And I got in. And that was all. And I didn't have to worry about anything because I knew to do it over like ahead of time. Same thing with boarding school. Like, I've made my decision on which schools I wanted to go to by the time I submitted my application. And then when I got into the boarding school that I wanted to get into, I was like, all right, I'm getting in. Put my deposit in, I'm gone. I didn't have to wait on these decisions because it would have just stressed me out, thinking that I had something I needed to do, but deciding not to do it. Sometimes there are times where you can procrastinate, but I feel like those procrastinations usually is, for me, later into the day. It is never, I'm going to do this tomorrow. It always is, it's just later in the day, because I feel terrible if I do something and then I'm like, I don't have to do this. And I think about it for the night and then the next day. And I'm like, well, I have to do this. And then now I'm at the point where I really have to do it. And it makes me not want to do it at all. Like, really what I'm trying to say, like the simplest of terms, is that if something gets assigned, for me, it is so much easier to do it the day of so that I don't have to think about it and I'll have more time to relax for the coming days. This mostly applies to the weekend because that's usually when stuff is due. Like, I'll have projects, but those will be week-long things. And language homeworks are usually assigned day, due the next day. And that's usually just day-to-day basis. Can't really get ahead except for the weekend. So, like, I'm done with all my homework for the weekend. Granted, it is the first week of school, so it's not a lot of homework, but I'm done. So really, all I have to do, like, I could even get ahead on some projects that are not even due for like 2 weeks, just because I could do it and I have the time. I don't know. It feels good to not have to stress about any upcoming homeworks.